Okay, here we are. It's really late at night, and I haven't been working like all night. I decided to do this before I went to bed. But hello, welcome. Um, this is another devlog for this new project, which is basically just Herbert, but redone. So, what is it? It's been a few days. I think it's been like over a week since my last log. Oh, it's been what is it? 4 days, 5 days? I'm not sure. But it's been a little bit since my last one, and I haven't made a lot of changes, but I did make some. First and foremost, we are no longer on a trial. Yippee! Um, my uncle, who works in the games industry and stuff, I mentioned to him that I was working on games again, and he was like, "Oh, like, do you use like a specific engine?" I was like, "Oh, I use Game Maker," and he's like, "Oh, you should definitely send me some demos." I'm like, "Oh, but I don't have a license." And he was like, "Oh, I have a license," so he gave it to me, which I super duper appreciate. And now I've been sending out builds to my friends and stuff, so they can test stuff out for me. Um, and yeah, it's pretty great not having a big time limit up here, honestly. So yeah, but he also gave me some pointers on my demo, specifically about adding juice. And this is actually a term I had never heard about in like game design, I guess, or game development. Is juiciness of your game. Uh, why is this jump so low? Oh God. Oh, I think it's because I increased the gravity. Okay, so that's something that we can change right now while I talk. This is actually a concept I had never heard of um, before, even though I've been like researching game design for a little while. Is juiciness, but that basically equates to game feel, which is something I'm a little more familiar with. It's basically like small touches to your game that make it feel good, or like the smaller details that don't exactly change gameplay. Well, they can. It's really just about like giving more meaningful feedback to the player, which is something that really does interest me because that's something I've always like thought about is how to like properly communicate to the player what is going on in the game, what they're doing, and make it just seem like they're having an actual impact. So, and like one of the tried and true techniques is a little something called screen shake. Okay, I'll stop with the sound effects, but yeah. So I added, as well as like some features from Herbert. I added some juice to the game, I guess. Even though the main focus did seem like it was adding like all these new features and stuff, which I'm not sure I left off on the last episode, but we'll go over it. We'll go over all the features today, I guess. But just first and foremost, the first thing I started work on today, at least, was adding this juice. So now the screen shakes whenever you shoot. Um, the bullets have like a random spread. Every time you dash, there's a tiny bit of screen shake. It's not super noticeable now because of how like flat the environment looks, but once more detailed art starts getting added, and you're not enclosed in like these weird spaces with all this negative space, it'll start making more sense and it'll start looking a little better. I hope at least, because for now, like having all this negative space is just like not very appealing and doesn't really lend itself well to the effects. Um, but yeah, so let's just do a quick run through of this demo level. So he can jump, he can move, he can wall slide or like wall skid, I don't know, and kick up like in Mega Man. He can shoot, bang, 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 and he can dash. And he can also do the kickflip from Herbert, which has been really nerfed, which I'm still debating on keeping or not, or I still have to add some changes to it because I'm not sure what I want it to do. Because I've been rethinking everything about Herbert so far. This little gun thing I don't think is going to stay. If it does, then cool. But I don't know. I gave him faces just because I didn't want it to be flat blocks, but I feel like it makes it worse, but whatever. um, but yeah, oh yeah, he also has a bit of kickback. Not kickback, but like recoil whenever he shoots. Like that. So yeah, alright, let's go through the demo level. My dynamic cameras that I'm very proud of, that I haven't really added upon since last time. This is a better example of, see, so in Mega Man, whenever you do a wall kick, he kind of goes like the opposite direction a little bit, and then comes back. I tried doing that here. It looks strange, and I don't know if that's because we don't have any actual art yet, or if it just looks that way. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that. For now, I will, but if I were to just like leave it with that, he'd just go up the wall, which is something I don't think I want, but we'll see. Cause like, what is it? He only does the wall skid if he has downwards movement. Otherwise, he goes up normally. So I don't think, like, once I start adding animations, I don't think it'll look strange. So we'll see about what I do about that. Here's the section where you can test out, you know, the wall jumps and stuff. I had to tweak the follow camera a lot to make it feel okay. I don't want him to be like at the bottom or the complete center of the screen. I want him to be a little bit offset. And then, oh yeah, this is the room where you test out the dash and the dash jumps. Or rather, okay, yeah, so this is another thing I wanted to talk about, is this kickflip move. On mouse and keyboard, which is probably what most people are going to be playing it on, since most people don't have controllers, or at least like the people who I send it to, this is really hard to do. I haven't actually gotten any feedback yet. I just sent out like a version of this game with the kickflip move, and I asked like, hey, let me know if you have any problems with this. This is something I'm considering. The like muscle memory for this move is really weird, because you have to hit shift, then space, but the timing is kind of awko. So like that's fine, if you're at like a standstill. Oh, and then sometimes it's just like straight up like weird, because sometimes you'll hit space slightly before or whatever, or you'll hit shift but then you'll fall off the edge before you can actually do it. So you have to like kind of have this distance, or then sometimes it just doesn't work. See, like I know for a fact I'm hitting shift first then space. Like, see, like what is that? Like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna keep in the kickflip. Either that, or I'm gonna completely change it. I thought I liked having it sort of like a long jump input, like in Mario. You know, Mario. But it's so strange. So I think I might change the actual inputs of the kickflip. Actually, we can do that now. We can try that now. We can try that now. Player controls, player states, I think that's what it is. So player skate, yada yada yada. If space press in the middle of a dash while he's on the ground. So if space press and let's say shift held, and then we'll make a input for shift held right now. Shift held equals keyboard underscore check VK L shift boom, and then I basically just dupe this line. Oops, wait, I can just copy it honestly. Gamepad button check. Oh, this one should be pressed. See, I haven't tested out the controller yet today, so let's see. So if he's holding shift and press space. Okay, see, that seems a little more consistent. Okay, so we just solved my problem right now. Except that's still kind of awkward. But hey, look at that. We just solved the problem right here. See? Okay. The only issue is when you're going to the right, because the hand placement. You have to have your index finger on D, your pinky on shift, and your thumb on space. So you have like this weird like stuff going on with your hand. And well, you don't even need your finger on D, but it's like if you want to like have consistent movement, it's gonna feel weird. Oh, I can't even do it right now. Oh, because you have to have it held. Wait. See, it's not even working. It's so strange. Oh, see? I think that was like a placebo effect that it worked. I don't know. Either that or I'm doing like the old input. But then that begs the question, should you just be able to hold dash to do dash so that it's easier? But then what's the point of having this like super OP move if you're like never gonna let it go, you know what I mean? So I don't know, that's my turmoil with this move, is that it's a little hard to do, and if you can do it consistently, it's a bit exploitable. So I want my game to be able to be broken, you know, but like, you know, not in like super duper easy ways or boring ways like this. So yeah. Oh yeah, this is another feature. You can strafe while shooting. You didn't do that in Herbert, so that's cool. But yeah, so that's about it, new stuff wise. And that's about all I really have to talk about. Other than that, I'm sort of happy with the direction Herbert's going in. It's not quite the Devil May Cry meets Mega Man type thing I was hoping for with the original build, or like the original prototype of Herbert, but we'll see if I can try that again. I'm not even sure how I would do that. I've been really neglecting the design aspect of this game, but I also have to really think about scope and just what I'm capable of as a developer right now. So that's just something to think about, because I can have all these big ambitions, but they will mean nothing if I can't code them properly and make them fun, you know? So for now, Herbert is just like this little action game, kind of like Mega Man, kind of like, you know, your generic action shooting platformer, 2D. But yeah, so that's about it for this one. Thank you for taking interest in my project. I hope you have a good new year, and just have a good night. Adios.